Hello guys, in this video I'm going to show you how you can install a WordPress locally, meaning how you can install a WordPress on a local server. That's what it means. But before we get to that, I want to explain what a WordPress is and what installing WordPress locally means. So let's get into that. So a WordPress is a CMS that allow you to host or build a website. So what this means in a local man's language is just like this is a platform that allows you to create a website without you needing to write codes, right? Before before this period, we actually need to write codes before you can build a website. But now everything is easy. You don't really need to write code to build a website. You just need to know how you drag and drop. That's the beauty of WordPress. So WordPress actually works with plugins and themes. These themes are used for like defining your website, and the plugins are like the applications used for to build your website. Now let's say you bought a phone and you need you need let's say you bought an Android phone, right? So you need a, a functionality that the phone doesn't actually comes with. So what you just need to do is to go on your Play Store and download that application that has that functionality, right? So WordPress also has its own application, but we don't call it application, we call it plugins. So whenever you need any functionality, you just need to go to where you can get the plugins and get a plugin that will be used for that functionality. So we'll actually see how that works further. So WordPress is actually used to build most of the website we are seeing right now. Like it about 43%, if I can remember, of the website we are on the internet right now are being built by with WordPress, right? About 43% are being built with WordPress. So this is to show you how strong WordPress is. You can use it to build your online store. You can use it to build your blog. You can use it to build your portfolio, school website, and rest. Like you can use it for a lot of things, right? So now, what does it mean to install WordPress locally? Before we explain what it means to install WordPress locally, let's see how the internet works. So now, let's say you are searching for something online. You here, this person is the client. You that is searching for something, and what you are searching for when you send a search is called a query, right? Let's say you want to visit the website. That www.this-com that you are sending is called a query, right? It has to fetch. That's why sometimes it load. It has to fetch what you are sending from a server. So when you send something, when you send a query to the server will now search on the data it has. Let's say you are searching for your assignment, for a school assignment on Google. When you search for the assignment, you are searching through the server, and the server will now search all the data online, and it will bring it back and it will send it to you as a response. That's how it works. So basically what I am trying to say is um, what I'm trying to say is you need a server, you need a server, the internet needs a server. So whenever you want, you have a query, whenever you are fetching something, you're actually using a server. So now, if we really want to use WordPress, we need it to be, let's say we want to build our website www.let's say habib.com. It has to be on a server, right? It has to be on a server, and we call it hosting. It has to be hosted on a server. But right now, we don't really want to use our money to host our website. So that's why we need it to be installed. We need a server to be installed locally. And what locally means is a server we need is our laptops, or let's say our PC or our devices to serve as our server. We don't want to use an online server. We want to use our devices as our servers, and that's why we are installing a server. So I hope this is explanatory enough. A server is a computer that serves a client within the local network, right? So in most cases, someone outside cannot access your website because you are installing it. You are building your website locally, right? Someone outside cannot use it. If you want someone outside to use it, then you have to install what you are installing on a web server. We have two types of server: the local server that no one can access, and a web server that everyone can access. So this is just the explanation of this. So we have like 7 steps to install our server. But before we get into installation of our servers, I want to let you know that we have different types of local servers, but the one we are using for this video is XAMPP. So the first step is to check our system compatibility. So now what this means is we actually have different types of systems. Some systems comes as 24 32 bits and some systems come at 64 bits. So now let's say your system is a 32-bit system and you are trying to install a 64-bit software on the system. Naturally it won't work. It won't work. So that's why we need to check what system we are using so that we will know what application we should download. So now to check your system, all you need to do is to come to your file manager, here, and when it opens, come to this PC. Just come to this PC. You don't need to click and then right click on it. When you right click on it, you have these properties. Click on these properties. So depending on the Windows, or let me say the OS you are using, you will see the system type around here. Mine, as you can see, mine is 64-bit. So what I need to do now is to open my browser. I'll open my browser, and here you need to be connected to the internet. So all you need to do is just to open your browser and search for XAMPP. Since I'm using a 64-bit system, then I will search for 64-bit XAMPP 64-bit. If you are using a 32-bit system, you just need to make it XAMPP 32-bit. When you click enter, you will see the one you want. But then as you can see now, download XAMPP for Windows 34-bit. But I'm not using 34, so I will search for XAMPP 64-bit. 64-bit. I'll search, and when it opens, I'll just click on download XAMPP. This is the 64-bit XAMPP, and I will check for the latest version. At the time of recording this video, the latest version is 8.1.10. So I'll just click on done. So I'll just wait a bit for it to start downloading. So now, so my XAMPP has finished downloading. So I'll just check it and I'll show you. Yeah, here is my XAMPP. So now we are going to move to the next step, which is to install our local server, aka our XAMPP. So now let's do that. So all we need to do is just to come to XAMPP, double click on it, just click on yes, minimize this, so that I will have all of this to install my software. So we wait a bit for it to load. Now you may see this error. All you need to do is just click on OK and click next. Here you will choose the applications you need this XAMPP to install with. So we don't actually need this FileZilla, we don't need Mercury, we don't need Tomcat, we don't need PAL. All we need is this PHP admin, Paperliza. We don't need it. We don't need fake sendmail. So after you choose all you need is MySQL and PHP admin. So you click on next. Sorry, before we go, let me explain this. This MySQL is our database. That's why we need it. So just click on this and click on next. Click on next. Since we are using English, click on next and just wait for it to finish installing. So this may take a while, so I will pause the video for it to finish first. So our XAMPP is almost done installing, so let's wait a bit. So our XAMPP has finished installing, so all you need to do is to click on finish and it will start. But then let me show you something. You can just click on finish and it will start. Let's do that. As you can see, we have it here, it's starting. So now you can just click on this arrow and double click on this. This may take a while, so let's just wait a bit. So now when you open this this what you will see. All you need to do is to click on start here and start here. So you can click on start here and start here, and now we have start our local host. Right, we have start our server, local server, sorry, which is also called local host because we are hosting something. So we have start our local host, but the issue here is, what if, let's say, we just on our laptop and we can't find the local host on the XAMPP on our screen, and also it's not here. Right, let's say it's not here, this time it's here. So let me show you how you get it. All you need to do is just come to your file manager here, open your file manager, and when it opens, just come by your left hand side, come to local disk, open local disk, and here you have XAMPP folder. Open it, and when you open it, you have lot of files inside. So now just scroll down and you should have this XAMPP control. This is what we use to start our local server. So now we don't want to be coming to this place every time. So all we need to do is just to right click on this. When you right click, come to send to, and now send to desktop and create a shortcut. So now if you should check on your desktop, you should have it somewhere. So this is mine. I'll just click on it, and as you can see, it has opened. Now let me show you something. Let's test if this thing is working. Now come to your browser, open a new tab, search localhost, and as you can see, because we haven't started our server, we are having an error. So all we need to do is just to go back to our server, start this and start this. So this one has already started. As you can see, it's a green color, but this is still on the yellow color, so we just wait a bit for it to change to green. As you can see, now it's now a green color. So now this is now working. So now let's retest this. Let's refresh the speed. Now as you can see, this local server is working. You don't need internet for this. You just need internet to install the local server, but you don't need internet for the local server to work. So now the next thing we need to, after installing the local server, the next step for us is to download our WordPress. So to download our WordPress, all you need to do is just to open another tab, search for wordpress.org. Wordpress.org. Let me write it down. wordpress.org. Now this is the website you go and just click on enter. Okay, let's wait a bit for it to finish loading. So now here is wordpress.org. So you will now come to your right hand side, click on this get WordPress, and when it opens you can now download WordPress here. So you just need to click on this, but I have it installed on my laptop, so I don't download it again. So let me show you how it will look when you finish downloading. So let's go to our file manager, and when you check on your download, you should have WordPress downloaded. So this is my WordPress. So all I need to do is just to click on it, right click. Now I'll copy this. So remember the XAMPP folder, right? So just come to your local disk. You remember how we get to the XAMPP folder? We come to our local disk, open XAMPP. Now from above here, you search for a folder called HDocs. Here it is, HDocs. So now double click on it, and all you need to do is right click and paste the folder you just copied. Now we have this WordPress 6.1, but now it's not actually installed. All right, it's not actually installed. So now let's go to the next step, which is after downloading WordPress, the next step is to create our database. Next step is to create our database. So all you need to do is to come to a new tab, go to localhost. When your localhost opens, all you need to do is to click on phpMyAdmin. Click on phpMyAdmin. Now here you can create a database. Now come to database from above here, click on databases, and here when it finishes loading you can now give it a name and you create the database you want. So let's wait a bit for it to finish loading. So now it has finished loading. Now here is where we can name our database. Let's name it Al-Habibiyya. So now let's just click on create. Now the database has been created. As you can see, we have Al-Habibiyya here now. So now we move to the next step, which is to connecting WordPress to the database. So if you want to access your WordPress, all you need to do is come to localhost/WordPress. This is how you access your WordPress. But as you can see now, we will have an error because we haven't really connected our WordPress to the website, to our local server. So as you can see, we have an error. So now what we are trying to do now is to connect our local server, our WordPress with our local server. So now let's just come to our WordPress here. Now right click here, right click on the WordPress folder and click on extract here. So I know some of you might not have this extract here. So when you come to the folder, if you don't have this extract here, just right click on it. I want to show you something. Click on extract file. If you don't have extract here, just click on extract file. So this will also extract. I want to show you something, and here when you click on extract file, you will let's just click on OK. Let's click on OK, and this will also extract. So let's open the boot and see. This is the extract, this is the extract here, this extract here, and this is the extract file. I want to show you something. Now as you can see, as they are they are extracting now, this one is the one we click on extract here, and the name of the file is WordPress. So now this one is the one we click on extract file, and now because we click on extract file, it will have the same name as the file we are extracting. So now if you really want to use this, then you just need to open it, and you have this WordPress. That is this folder. That's this folder outside, the one we click on extract here. That's why I always advise us to use the extract here. So but then if let's say you don't have extract here, all you need to do is to open the WordPress point one folder, and now right click on this and cut this. When you cut this, now go back to your folder, and you now right click and paste it here. Right, that's all you need to do. But I have this one here because it will actually replace it, so I don't need this, so I will delete this. Now let's go back to our website. Okay, now don't forget, this is the name of our folder, this is the name of our folder, WordPress. So now as we are going to localhost slash WordPress, it will open that was in that website. So now just click open this, reload this, and now this won't give you an error because you have extracted the file. So now we will now connect it. So let's wait a bit for this to finish. So now as you can see, now we didn't have that error as we are loading this. So all you need to do now is to click on continue. You have selected the language you want your WordPress to be in, so click on continue and wait for it to load. Now we are actually installing our WordPress. We are connecting here, we are connecting, sorry. So now this is what it will tell you. Welcome to WordPress. Before you get started, you need to know the following items. You remember the database name we had? We name our database Alhabia. That's the name. So just click on let's go. And just in case you forget the name of your database, you can just come to localhost, go to localhost, and now when the localhost opens, click on phpMyAdmin. When it opens, just check by your left hand side, you see your database. This is the name of our database, so you just need to write it here. B, yeah, I think this is the right spelling. Yeah, this is the right spelling. So now, so username, we just make it root because that's the username of the localhost, and here you just click on submit. So this is not where we need the password. Yeah, here now we are on the final stage, so installing WordPress, which is the final stage here. So now all you need to do here, just click on run installation. So here it will ask you of your site title. What do you name your site? What do you want your site name to be? Let's say I want it to be spine. Oh, sorry, site title should be spine, and username spine and spike. Let me call it spine spike. And username, you can just give it a name that you can remember. I will name mine admin, and the password you can name it anything you can remember. I will give it 1 2 3 4 5 6, and here I'll confirm with password. So now here you can just put any email you want. Let's call it example at gmail.com. Just put it anything. So in this you can leave it on check and just click on install WordPress. So please don't forget your username and your password, because this is what you need to log into your WordPress. So now let's just wait a bit as it's installing. Okay, now it has finished installing. So all you need to do is click on login, and I hope you don't forget the username and the password that you just created. So now my own is admin. I just hope I can still remember the password, which is 12345. Yes, yes. Just click this and say now. Just click on login. Okay, maintenance. Let's reload. Let's just go to localhost. Whenever you want to log in to your backend, you just need to come to localhost WordPress slash WP admin. Okay, now it's opening. So now here is our WordPress, and we have finally installed WordPress locally. So let's now go to the last step, which is testing. I think the last step. Last step is testing. So now I want to show you something. Whenever you let me explain this first. Let's go to localhost slash WordPress. Now, whenever you finish installing WordPress, this is actually how your page will look like. This is what your customers, or let's say your web viewers, will see. This is how this is what they will see, right? This is what they will see. But then, if you really want to beautify it, this is what they will see is what we call the front end. But where you will be beautifying this page is called back end. And if you want to go to back end, that's where you come to localhost slash WordPress slash WP admin. So this is the back end, and if you want to see what your customers are viewing, then you need to just visit localhost slash WordPress. So this we have finished installing WordPress locally, and we can now start working on our website. We'll see how we will beautify this to make it a great website. So see you till then.